Hi, if you're here and you're wondering how to make this neon shield, stick around because I'm going to go through a very quick tutorial on how to make that in Adobe Illustrator. My name is OC Ejiofor. This is OC's Tech Tips. Things are recording. I'll just put a sweet in my mouth. So I'm going to do a very quick tutorial on a neon shield. So I've opened up Adobe Illustrator. I've kind of got a custom canvas. Made sure that it's on pixels. It's easy for me. RGB. Everything else. Don't need to worry about create. Great. Yeah. So yeah, this is what we're gonna make. Something like this. Yeah. So first things first, I'm just gonna zoom out a little bit so that I can see the whole of the canvas. And to do that, I hit Command and minus. Now I'm going to click and hold on this ellipse tool, change to a rectangle tool, start from the top right corner, and I'm just going to click and drag a rectangle, filling up the whole canvas, the whole artboard. And what I'm going to do is press V, so I go back to pointer, I'm going to go to properties, and I'm going to take off the stroke. The stroke is the outline around it, so I don't need an outline. I'm going to change the fill. In fact, let's change the fill to gradient, because what we want is for the neon effect to take a shape. We need the background to have a specific color. Kind of looks black, but it's not. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to edit this gradient. It automatically goes to black and white, but we're going to change it so that it's actually these colors. So the colors that we're going to use are, we're going to change this actually. We're going to go here and we're going to change this to RGB. It's on grayscale right now. We want it to be on RGB, and we're going to actually type in the value here, the actual hex code actually. So 0F0009 for the first one, and then for the end one, I'm going to change that to, also change this to RGB, and then just type in the hex code, and I want that one to be 0F010C. And then I know it looks exactly the same, but it's not, it's actually different. I'm going to change this one, so it's going to be slightly more red, and then we want this one to be 1160602. So now this location is 50 and a bit. I want it to be exactly in the middle, so I'll just do that. It's there. Okay, so now I've got the background. I'm going to go to layers, and I'm going to lock this layer. Now I'm going to add a new layer so that we can now start drawing our neon shield on top of it. The idea here is that you've got a layer that is kind of black, but it's kind of not. It's actually mixed with orange and a bit of red. And actually, if we go back here, I'm going to unlock it and just go here just so that you can see the gradients we've actually got. Look at that. I've just added a new point by mistake. I'm going to delete that. So clicking on it, double clicking on it, you can see here with this, there's a tinge of red there, tinge of blue, no green. Okay, and now let's go to this next one. We can see here, there's red, tiny bit of green, tiny bit of blue. Just showing you that it's not actually black. It's not fully black. You got 15. Again, you could use RGB colors if you don't want to remember the hex code, 15112 for this one. So one tiny little bit of green, 12 bits of blue, and 15 bits of red. Okay, so that's the background. Let's go back to layers and let's lock that. And now let's go to this layer now, because what we're going to do now is we are going to draw our circle. And I'm going to go and move my pointer to the center. And I'm going to hold Shift, and I'm going to hold Alt, and I'm going to drag outwards to make a circle. The reason why I held Shift was to make a perfect circle, and the reason why I held Alt was so the circle grows from the point at which I click. So if I just demonstrate by making another circle, this is me trying to make a circle without holding Shift. Holding Shift makes it a perfect circle, but as you can see, without holding Alt, it is kind of making the center of the circle in a different location as I move my mouse away. When I hold Alt, it makes the circle grow from the center point from where I clicked. So that is the rationale behind that. Okay, so now we've got our circle. We're going to click on properties and we are going to take off the fill. We're selecting no fill and then turning on stroke, making it white, and then increasing the stroke to about 14, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There we go, stop at 17. Okay, now what we're going to do with this shape is we are going to make it hollow. So I'm going to go to object, I'm going to go to expand, I'm going to go to fill, untick fill because I don't want it filled in. And that will give me some neat strokes around the edge and around the inside. I'm going to take off the fill from there. And now you can see that I've made my shape. It's been expanded. Now what I want to do is, with the object still selected, go to object, go to path, go to offset path. This makes an outer circle, both from the outside of the path and the inside of the path. It makes kind of two circles, but it's expanding both lines outside and inside. And I'm going to do that by 100 pixels. If you haven't got pixels as your unit, you can go to Illustrator preferences. Because I've got this selected, won't do it, and then you can change your units to pixels and then click OK. Now that I've done that, I will click out and click back on. I see these two are both joined. I want to ungroup them so that I can select this inside one and I want to fill it with white, and then I want to select the outer circle and inner circle and fill it with black. So now you can see I've kind of got this donut effect, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the blend tool. I'm going to click on the white, click on the black, and that blends the color to both sides of that shape. So you can see that this is a neat little effect there. And that's it. That's all we need to do to create this effect. It doesn't look neon, you say. Yes, that's right, because you haven't subscribed. What do you mean? What are you waiting for? Come on. The layer, the transparency needs to change. So we're going to change this from normal to color dodge, and voila. There we have the neon glow effect for the outer ring. It looks very nice. Again, we would repeat that for our larger circle, and we would also make our stuff in the middle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these on separate layers. So I'm going to go to layers, add a new layer, and I'm going to repeat what I've just done again with another circle. So again, those steps were select ellipse, go to center, Shift Alt, drag outwards. So this one is larger than the previous one. Now I want to go to properties, take it off fill, go to stroke, make that white, increase that to about 17 pixels. And then I would like to expand that object, take off the fill, click OK, take off the fill again. So now I'm just left with the rings. Now that I've got those rings and I've selected this object, in fact, let me just click V, object selected, go to object, go to path, go to offset path, and I want to expand this less. So I'll do this by 70, and then click here in the 4 just to preview that and see where it goes. Okay, that is just outside there. Let me make it 60. I don't want it going over the edge. Maybe I could have built a larger canvas. Okay, so I've done that. Now, again, clicking out and clicking back in helps me see that they're both joined. I'm going to ungroup, click out again, select the inner pathway and fill it with white. And then I'm going to select the outer circle. And we're going to fill that with black. And again, it's that same process. Blend tool, click on the inside, click on the outside, get a nice little effect there. Click V to get my arrow back, and then go to normal and change that to color dodge. Now I have two rings for my neon shield, and that's looking quite nice. What I'm going to do now is rather than repeating the process step by step, I'm going to select new layer, and I'm going to select this one. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to stick it on this new layer here, And I'm going to squish it actually. I'm going to squish it. And I'm going to reposition it so it's underneath. And you can see what's happening here. This is me making a reflection, a floor reflection of the shield. So just by duplicating that, duplicating one of the rings and squashing it, now I have what looks like a reflection effect on the floor. And I'm going to select that layer and I'm going to adjust the opacity so that it's not as much. 25 should do that. Now we have a nice little reflection on the floor. Finally, what I'm going to do is make the star in the middle, which if I click and hold the ellipse tool, go to the star tool, which also is the same tool you'd use to make a triangle. I'm going to click and hold Shift and Alt and then drag my star out. I'm going to make it small, and then V for my pointer tool. And then again, it's the same process. Properties, take off fill, and then add stroke as white. And then let's make this again. I think that should do it. 10, 11 should do it. There we go. Okay, so now with that selected, I'm going to go to Object, Expand, take off Fill, click OK, and then turn off Fill again. And now I have my path. And with that also selected, I'm going to go to Object and Path, Offset Path. You know the drill. And this time I don't want it as much. Let's try 2. And let's have a look and see how that is. Let's change it to 4. Okay, let's change it to 8 and see. Okay, I think that's all right. Okay, click there. And again, click out, click on Ungroup. And then click into the center, and then we want to fill that one again with white, and then clicking onto the outer, we want to fill that with black, and then we are going to get our blend tool, blend it, and then go to change it to color dodge. And there we have our star, our neon star in the middle. I'm just going to make this a bit smaller. Now, I would usually, okay, so I've made this smaller. I've held Shift and scaled it down. Now I'm going to make sure that it's centralized by clicking center horizontal, center vertical, center horizontal, nice and neat. There we go. So that is how to make a neon glow shield in Illustrator. Voila. Quite nice, huh? Okay, if you've enjoyed today's session and you would like more time with me, one-to-one, finding out how to use this program from scratch, or maybe you want to develop use in a specific area, head over to my website and book a session with me, and we can have a one-to-one hour session, and you can ask any questions you like, and we can get your knowledge increased. Okay, take care. Speak soon. Bye-bye.